Good morning. Okay, so today we are going to work a little bit more on Cassidy. Uh, it's a pencil portrait using a variety of graphite pencils, starting with a 4B I'll be using today, an F pencil, um, and a 2H pencil. Um, and what I'm doing now is I'm just reshaping her cheek on our right side, um, lightening up some areas that I noticed that just needed a little bit more contrast. And so you'll see I go back and forth and around. Try not to obsess on one spot too long. I apologize for my head in the shot. I think it gets a little bit better. I still have to try to figure out a better way to get the camera pointed at the picture and not at my head. Um, I still have to work that out. I'm looking through some videos on YouTube to see if I can find something that works the best. Um, Now this is probably I'm looking at this very small, but what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to soften edges. We're getting close to the finishing of this pencil portrait, and we want to try to take care with the edges. Where the nostril would meet the cheek, areas like that, the lips. And if we really look at our subject closely, we'll see that there are very, very fine transitions. Like rarely do you see a lip or the end of a mouth just stop abruptly. There's usually some sort of turning. There's nuance that we have to pick up on, and I think that's what this exercise is going to help us with. And once we get our construction going, and we have our features in place, um, then it's just a matter of really looking at the halftones. You know, the shadows should already be established, because that's the shadow line is something that we did in part one. We just established where the shadow on the left, our left side, Cassidy's right side, and we're really just trying to get work out from that shadow shape. And there's going to be more and more adjusting as I go. Um, the hair, I believe we'll be tackling that a little later in the video. But what I'm trying to do here too, I'm just trying to, I guess, just go over some of the dark areas. There's some shadow shapes that I wasn't quite happy with. Portraiture is a lot of adjusting and readjusting. Sometimes we see things, we see these beautiful drawings on Facebook and on Instagram, and you don't realize how long it does really take to do a comprehensive portrait, especially pencil portraits, because it's pressure sensitive. We have to keep going over. Best thing to do with a pencil, instead of trying to do it all in one day, break it up. Do it a little bit at a time. You'll find that you keep the freshness. You uh, you keep from making any mistakes, and plus you come back with a more selective eye. You'll see things that you didn't see before. Okay, so here, as you can see, I'm actually pulling out some of the, using the kneaded eraser to lighten up that little highlight in her hair. It kind of has a curve or a wave, and I want to try to get that in the picture. I want to try to get that movement of the hair. Since this is a straight-on static, full frontal portrait, we have to try to find things that will make the portrait look a little interesting. And if her hair is important part of her characteristic. So we want to get that in there. You know, we want to get that softness, and I believe at the end I add a little bit more to that before. Um, and you'll see that, yeah, I'm going to be going over areas where I need more contrast, and just reshaping. So what I like to do here is I like to keep my hand off the drawing as much as possible. I'm drawing this on my dining room table, so it's not the way I normally would draw. Usually, if I was drawing a portrait, it'd be on my drafting table on an angle where my head would be parallel to the drawing. Here, unfortunately, I'm actually working almost like worm's eye view looking up, just to keep my big head from covering everything here. So it is what it is, but you know, you'll be more careful in your drawing. You don't have to worry about a camera. I'm new to videotaping my or just videoing. There's no more tape anymore, and I'm just not used to drawing in front of a camera, and God knows I couldn't narrate this as I'm drawing. That would really never work. All right, going back, you'll see too that I added some shadow around her left side, or our left side, on the hair. Now what I feel there is like it just needs to connect with the background. I don't want her to look too cut out, and so I think I go back and just add a little bit more to the shadow. So what I'm doing in essence is I'm trying to soften the edges, trying to make this portrait a little bit more, you know, connect to the paper and the background, and just try to give it like a very subtle, soft edge aesthetic, which it didn't have. And I think I'm going over that again, and I'm taking my napkin because I have a cold, and I'm just, you know, blending that in a little bit more. And I'll probably do it on the lower right hand side. And I will be ending with the hair, and stay tuned for the last part, part 4. Have a great day. Bye.